I built a house on unstable ground, and it's catching up to me now. I made it out, I'm pushing it down, and it's all coming up now. My baby's in the mud sheets, my baby leaves early in the morning. My baby doesn't like to look at me, so 20 nights and days all I need. My baby gets all of my love, my baby throws it right back up. My baby's like a very bad drug, and he doesn't really care too much. So, shotgun, no fun when you watch me bleed. Coming undone, you really broken me, and I'm not letting anybody else in. Lock the doors, I don't wanna see the sun again. Shotgun through my head. I built a house on unstable ground, and it's all crumbling now. 'Cause something's wrong, and my baby's on, and I think he's dangerous. My baby's in with the back gun, my baby's in with boneless. My baby and I got some problems. My baby, no fun. My baby gets all of my love. My baby throws it right back up. My baby's like a very bad drug. He doesn't really care too much. Oh. Shotgun, no fun when you watch me bleed. Coming undone, you've really broken me. I'm not letting anybody else in. Lock the doors, I don't wanna see the sun again. Shotgun through my head, and a big web of hatred lives in my gut, and it's spreading in me like some cancerous rot. Oh, and you don't have to tell me that your love is run out. I'm not stupid, my dear, I have figured it out. Shotgun, no fun when you watch me bleed. Coming undone, you've really broken me. I'm not letting anybody else in. Lock the doors, I don't wanna see the sun again. Shotgun through my head.
Hey guys, I am on the scene tonight with Annabelle Moore, here to talk about her very first single that is coming out. It's already out, actually, isn't it?
Yes.
Ooh,
Just came out.
yes. And it's called Shotgun, right? Shotgun.
Yes.
Ooh, this has been in the making for how long?
I think I decided I wanted to record that particular song, I think around November. So it's been a few months, took a while.
A few months.
Yeah.
So you have been part of the scene for a while, but kind of in the background because you come from a musical family. So it was just bound to happen. How long have you actually been out there?
Well, I started playing music when I was like 5. I think that's when I started piano. I think the first time that I played in front of people, I was probably like 9, and I'm sure I was just doing little harmonies with my mom. But yeah, that grew as I got older and I started becoming more involved with it. But I think probably it started around 9.
9. So your dad, Brandon Moore, and then your mom, Molly Healey, how has their music impacted you and your writing styles?
So much. I think that I take after my mom a lot in the writing process with like she always has taken a large focus on lyrics, and I think that I mean, I just learned how to write from them. And so I don't even think I realized how much my writing is influenced by theirs, but I definitely think that a lot of my writing is very lyric heavy and very lyric focused, and I think that came from my mom. And something I loved about my dad's music always is that like he loves those like rich, lush chords and those cool chord progressions, and I think that I got that from him too.
That's really awesome. So with both of them being, I mean, pretty big staples in the music scene, how was that growing up in that kind of environment that has influenced your songwriting? Any of that?
I mean, it was wonderful. I got to grow up just always being surrounded by music. And so when I got older, it was just like, it's what I was supposed to do. You know what I mean? It was just the natural next step was to start writing. And it was beautiful because not only did they foster my love of music, but just having them as examples was
Mm.
amazing because a lot of people don't realize that that's an option and that being a musician is possible. And I got to see how they did it and that it was possible. So, yeah.
It's really awesome. So let's talk about your song, Shotgun. What inspired
Yes.
that?
Men, you know, just some evil men.
Evil
Um,
men.
what?
I said evil men.
Evil men, they get you sometimes. That was where the idea of the song came from. But I like to say that it's not really about one specific person, it's more about me. You know what I mean? And what I've gone through. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can you walk us through your songwriting process?
Yes. So I think it's different with every song. This particular song, I had this chord progression stuck in my head for a while. Um, And then I just sat down one day and started putting lyrics to it. And it had just been a situation that had been like boiling up inside of me for a while. And so when I sat down and actually started writing those lyrics, they came out really quickly and really
Mhm.
easily. Like some songs are like painstaking to write and they take a long time and they take a lot of thought. And some songs just kind of come out of you. And that was how Shotgun was. And so I started with the chords and then I did the lyrics afterwards. And yeah, it happened pretty quickly.
That's really awesome. So I was listening to the lyrics and everything. So can you tell me a little bit about the story, about how you came up
Yeah,
with? Yeah.
I would love to. So let's see. I just think that it was like a bad breakup that I had been through. And it kind of felt like for a long time, I hadn't been dealing with things that I needed to be dealing with. And that's where the first line of the song comes from, actually, when I say I built a house on unstable ground, because it just kind of felt like one day I looked around me and I had kind of built this life for myself on a bit of instability because I just pretended like I was all right for a long time when I wasn't dealing with things that I needed to be dealing with. So, um, this song is about when kind of it the floodgates open and it all kind of hits you at once. And just in general about like it's it can be quite insulting when you give someone your love and they give it back to you and they don't want it. And so writing that song was very therapeutic and helped me through a lot.
Yeah, I love how music does that.
Yeah.
How would you describe the style and sound of Shotgun? Were there any
That's
like
hard to
artists?
say.
Were there any artists or specific genre to influence it?
Um I was listening to a lot of Mitski at the time.
Hmm.
I was listening to a lot of 90s rock too, like Hole and Alanis Morissette and Radiohead. I don't think that it's as grungy as that stuff, but it's definitely influenced by that.
Hmm.
Um, so I'd say kind of rock, a little bit of pop maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So did you collaborate with anyone on the production, or was it just a
So
solo effort?
I wrote the song by myself, and then it was produced by Will Reeves at Central Solar Studios up here in Columbia.
That's awesome. How did you
Yeah.
find out about that place?
I've actually been interning with Will for a while, and so it was just like I wanted to record something, and I was like, well, why would I go anywhere else? I already love it here,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. So you're currently going to college up there in
Hmm.
Columbia. What are you going
Yeah.
for?
Music.
Music, of course, of
Yeah.
course. So, how are you balancing, school and your music career right now?
Um, it's difficult.
Mhm.
I just love working, and so I could work all the time and be happy, and I
Mhm.
kind of do work all the time. And so I managed to get everything done. I think that this semester has been great because I'm able I think for like my first year of college, I was a little bit more aimless with my personal pursuit of music. But since this single has come out, I feel like I've had more direction, and so I've been able to spend more time working on that. Um, but other than that, it's just good time management.
Well, that's awesome. Is there a specific, direction you are going for in music? Is it,
I mean, I don't really know quite
you
yet.
don't know yet, just
Yes,
you're figuring it
I,
out.
I'm figuring it out. I'm very drawn towards production. I've been saying that's what I want to do for a while. I still think that's true. So like I would record people's stuff and I would be the audio engineer. Um, so I'm looking at that. I think that I'll probably end up doing a lot of things. Like I'll probably end up doing a little bit of teaching and a little bit of performing, hopefully a lot of performing. But in a perfect world, I would get to perform a lot and I could pay rent and a, at least a handful of people listen to my music. That would be wonderful.
That's a good goal. I like that. So, have you
Yeah.
performed Shotgun live already, or is it?
Yes. I've done it a couple times actually.
And how does the audience react to it?
They like it. And it's really wonderful. Like the first time that I got to perform it
Mhm.
was a few weeks before the song released and it was with um my mom's band when I
Mhm.
opened up for her. And it was like just amazing. It was like a dream, you know what I mean? Because it's a song I've been working on for so long, and like getting to play it in front of people was awesome. And it did go over pretty well. I love playing that song live.
Awesome. That's exciting. So, do you
Yeah.
feel like Columbia has a pretty strong music scene up there compared? I mean, what's the difference between the music scene up there than down here in
I
Springfield?
haven't really like been able to be as immersed in Columbia's music scene as I was in Springfield's.
Hmm.
So I don't think I could tell you an accurate difference,
Hmm.
but there's a lot of great venues here. And what's cool is that, like in Springfield, I feel like I was involved in the music scene of like my parents' friends and everybody in that age group. But as I've went to college, I've gotten to find bands my age, and that's been really, really fun.
Hmm.
And so we try to go to shows as much as we can, and it's a great time.
Do you have a favorite band up there?
My favorite right now is Pink Houses.
Ooh, what kind of music do they play?
They do indie rock. They're fun. I don't think they have anything out quite yet, but I think they're releasing some stuff soon.
Well, you'll have to tell them to come down here.
Oh, we should go on tour.
Yeah, exactly. Both of you guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so now that Shotgun is out, what's next for you? What's next?
Um, I just want to play it as much as I can. I I want to play more gigs. I'm writing a lot. I would like to get back in the studio relatively soon. And I mean, right at this moment, I'm just trying to market Shotgun the best I can and get as many people listening to it as I can. And yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. Are you working on any more music at this time?
Yes.
Any plans for an
Yes.
EP or an album in the future?
Um, I think the album is gonna take a little bit of time, but I
Mhm.
definitely want to do it. I think I have close to enough songs written for an album. It's just about getting them all recorded and produced. But definitely soon.
Awesome. So,
Yes.
where can people find you and support you in your music?
Um, you can listen to all of my stuff. I think it's on all streaming platforms. My artist name is Annabelle Eve. And my song called Shotgun, obviously. And then my Facebook and Instagram are Annabelle Eve Music. So check that out. I post when I have gigs on those social media accounts, and yeah, that's about it.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, one final question. Um, if you could collaborate with any artist, local or mainstream, who would it be and why?
It could be anyone ever.
Ever.
Um, I would have to say Tom York of Radiohead.
Hmm.
They've been my favorite band since I was like 12. And I
Ooh,
think like I think everything I do in music is a little bit for them.
yeah.
And so they just probably are my biggest influence and I love them so much. So that would be my number one, I think.
Ooh, I love it. Well, I thank you so much for taking part in this. I feel so excited because I've interviewed your dad, your mom, and now you. It's so cool. So, down the line, we'll have to do one of the other ones. I was talking about you guys coming and doing a balcony session, like all three
Oh,
of
we would
you.
love that.
Yeah. So, when you're down here out of school, on a Tuesday, that's when we do it. So we would love to have you back, all three of you play, or if you can't, just you or whoever. But we would love to have you out. But
I would
thank
love
you
to be
again,
there.
and
Yeah.
everybody out there, make sure to check out her song "Shotgun" on all platforms. And it's going to be so much fun to see you. When are you going to be here in Springfield?
Let's see. I come back for a decent amount of time in August. I mean May till
May.
August. So yeah.
Egg to,
Hmm.
okay, we'll have to
But
plan
I'll be back there in a couple
here and
weekends
there.
before that.
Here and there.
Here. Yeah.
Okay, well, catch her out there on the scene. But thank you, Annabelle Moore, and go check out her stuff. Until next time, guys, make sure to stay safe and come join us out on the scene.